What's up, Play Sports Gamer here, and I got a video on the PlayStation Showcase and my opinion on the show and how I feel about PlayStation going forward from this show. But first, I appreciate a like, especially to help this video reach audiences on YouTube. Very much appreciate that, and of course a subscription and a comment on what your opinion is about my opinion on this show. First and foremost, correct me if I'm wrong, a showcase is supposed to get people excited for their console, either the Xbox showcase or the PlayStation 5 showcase. But going on a PlayStation 5 showcase, I want to see games that are gonna make me feel excited to play on PlayStation 5, and foremost, buy a PlayStation 5 if I don't have one. And I feel like the show showed absolutely nothing except for one game, and everyone knows it. It's Spider-Man. So seeing all these games, there's not many exclusive. Especially they got trolled by Xbox, pointing out the number of games shown in the showcase will also be shown on Xbox. I just want to point out a couple of games. I know this video is basically gonna show the trailer for Spider-Man, since it's not gonna be a very long video. Plus I need to work on my YouTube skills, which they've gotten a little better, but they're still not great. First is Haven Studios. Of course you all know that's Jade Raymond, showing Fair Games. When I first saw this trailer, I thought, oh man, this is like Payday 3? This is exactly what Payday is. To me, it wasn't that impressive. I know it's gonna be a multiplayer type of game. Seems like you're competing with other teams to get to steal from the rich, because we all know the rich people are evil and we should steal from them, Robin Hood wise. So that's a PlayStation exclusive, but it did not get me excited. And let me first and foremost say, it seems like companies don't learn from the past. Xbox took a lot of criticism. I think it was the 2018 showcase, correct me if I'm wrong. They showed basically all CGI trailers. They rarely showed gameplay. And this showcase from PlayStation seemed like the same thing. They were just showing CGI trailers. Some games had a little gameplay. Of course, Spider-Man shown the gameplay, but all these other games mostly gave the words at the bottom of the screen say not actual gameplay. Like, come on. Like, you gotta show gameplay on these showcases to get people excited to see what games they are playing, not some fake CGI trailers. I guess PlayStation still hasn't learned, and hopefully they should get criticism from it. Second is, every one of these gameplays should be from PlayStation 5. The gameplays they actually show should be from PlayStation 5 and not PC. They gotta show off their own personal hardware, not PC. I know PC shows off better, it's more frames per second, better graphics, but you need to show games from your console. And hopefully Xbox learned from this in their showcase. I'll get to them later. Let's get back to the games. I know I went on a side rant, but Haven Studio Fair Games doesn't seem that exciting to me. Let's get to another hilarious one from Square Enix, and I think you know where I'm going. Foam Stars. Really? They're gonna release this game on PlayStation? Like, I don't know what this is going for. What is, like, for kids that are on PlayStation? But we already seen this twice with Splatoon 1 and 2 on Nintendo. And whoever's going to play this has played the Splatoon already. They're probably not going to get it again. But that's kind of ridiculous for Square Enix to release a game like this, in my opinion. I don't know who is going to play this. It might be dead soon, like PlayStation's other game they released, where it was just strictly multiplayer. But Foam Stars was hilarious, and I was just shaking my head when I was seeing that. But besides Spider-Man, it seems like everybody else is talking about Phantom Blade Zero. And it seemed pretty cool. When I first saw it, it sort of reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima, like an upgrade from that. It seemed like the combat was super quick, and I don't know how that's going to translate to the PlayStation 5. Hopefully it could keep with that super quick battles, where you're actually fighting two on the one. And it seems like a lot of these games, when they have multiple enemies on the screen, it seems like it's just like one at a time type of thing. Combat, you go to one player, then you go to the other. It doesn't seem like they attack you more than once typically. This game seems like were attacking you both at the same time, and you were handling them at the same time. It was super quick. And this game could be intriguing. Just like this whole showcase is like, it's supposed to get you excited for these games. And there was between 20 and 30 games shown. And me personally wasn't that excited for most of these games. Phantom Blade 0, yes, 1, and Spider-Man, I'm going to make a comment about that later, was another. There was a lot of indie games in this showcase, and that was another one of the criticism for PlayStation. Their first parties was hardly shown on this showcase, besides the Insomniac, and there was the CGI trailer for Haven, and there was the 505 games. But where's Gorilla? Where's Sucker Punch? Where's Sony Bend? Like, they have to be working on a game right now, and they didn't even have any announcements or anything. But one of the indie titles that it looked pretty neat was Plucky Squire, where it went from like 2D side scroller to like a 3D area. The gameplay shown was like inside a book, then it went into like real life 3D. That's one of the few indie games that seemed intriguing to me. The other ones I could care less. It didn't excite me. And one good thing that PlayStation did was show off was some PSVR games. The new PSVR system is not a big seller. Some say there was like 200,000 sold, which was less than the PSVR 1, but then they came back and said there was like 600,000 to 700,000 sold, which was a little above PSVR 1. They need to release more and more games for this system. And I know one YouTuber is excited for the PSVR 2 games to come out, and that's Tripman Gaming Network. Please check him out. He streams games Monday through Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. He's highly entertaining, and he's lately been showing off PSVR 2 games. The latest is the Saints and Sinners, the Walking Dead PSVR game. He's in the middle of that. He did Resident Evil Village. He did the Horizon VR game, and he does other VR games. And when I saw the trailer for Resident Evil 4, I thought strictly to him, because he just went through Resident Evil 4, the regular version of the game, and I'm sure he's looking forward to the VR game, and whenever it comes out, I'm sure he's going to play. Along the other VR game that seems it could be fun is Arizona Sunrise 2. Another zombie game. Seems like all these games are like zombies. That was the other game that was intriguing to PSVR, which maybe he'll play. So Tripman Gaming Network, check him out on YouTube. I'm hoping he gets to 1,000. He's over halfway there. He deserves it. Puts a lot of time into this as he's streaming Monday to Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So check him out. But those two games, I'm really not a virtual reality game because I get motion sickness real bad. Seeing Resident Evil 4 and Arizona Sunrise 2, those are the two games that I would watch, and I'm hoping Tripman shows that because I'll watch it on his channel. So let's get to Spider-Man, the only game everybody knew they were going to show it, and of course PlayStation shows it last. It looked pretty cool. It seemed like it was an upgrade from the last Spider-Man game. I'm hoping it seemed like they expanded the map. I'm hoping they expanded the map. This is the third time they're going to New York, and let's see if Kraven the Hunter is a good enemy to fight. But the one thing about Spider-Man, and I might get panned for this, but I think it's a little overrated. It is so cool to sling webs in the city, and that's how you travel. And it seems like this city has a lot of cranes. If you even watch this trailer, there's a crane every 2 seconds for him to sling his web on. So it's a good thing there's a lot of construction going on in New York, because there's a lot of cranes he needs to swing from. But the thing with Spider-Man is there's a lot of quick time events, a lot of button presses to maybe avoid or grapple onto. There's a lot of cinematic elements, but it seems like the gameplay is about half the game. You want the quick time elements to not be there as much. And Spider-Man, in my opinion, there's too many QuickTime button press elements in this game. There's a lot of cinematics, and I know that's what these big games are about, like highly cinematic storytelling games. But I think Spider-Man does a little too much, in my opinion, for this game, and a lot of people are disappointed that it's not co-op. And I don't know why. They probably just couldn't get it to work in the game. I bet any money they tried. Insomniac tried it, but they probably just could not get it to work. But it is pretty cool that you could bounce from Spider-Man to Miles Morales. And maybe there's other characters in this game you could bounce to and play them. Just hope it's not as boring as the Mary Jane gameplay in the first game. So this is my take on the PlayStation Showcase. Again, I'll say this showcase was supposed to get people excited for PlayStation 5 and the games coming out for that system. I don't really think it happened. I think they failed in that matter. The only game that people are probably real excited is Spider-Man 2. And maybe Phantom Blade, but other than that, I don't think there was nothing that got me excited. I was kind of bored for the most part in this showcase. So Xbox, seeing this, is probably happy, and I'm hoping they could put their money where their mouth is because of that troll with the Twitter and saying most of these games are coming on Xbox, that their showcase is gonna be great, and they actually show gameplay on the Xbox Series X. And they show first-party games, mostly. Yes, indie games are great in some respects. They don't follow the same guidelines as like a big-time game. They could stretch the boundaries a little bit. But I'm sure people want to see first-party games at these showcase and not indies. I'm getting tired of these indies getting released on Game Pass and not actual big-time games. And I'm hoping Xbox will hit it out of the park with their showcase, then the Starfield showcase after that. So let me know what you guys think. You think the showcase was an F or a D? I think it probably was a C in my opinion. So please comment below and please like and subscribe. Thanks. See ya.